Let's talk about how the Niners are going to use Trey Lance this season. It's not how they're using him right now. Right now, it feels like they're just installing their offense and not game planning at all. In the season, I don't think they're going to throw very much. I think they're going to run him a lot. I think the game plans are actually going to be kind of similar to the one we saw in Arizona, except more handing off. The way I remember that game was like he was the running back.
Yeah.
Like Elijah Mitchell was on a pitch count or he was hurt or they only had 9 carries, which was weird because every other time he played, he got like 20. So I think we're going to see a lot of Lance running the ball is what I'm saying. He's going to scramble. They're going to call quarterback power. They're going to call zone. You think like they've talked like, well, we see him as, this, quarterback, a real quarterback who can run and we want to nurture him to be great. Okay. But they got to get through this season first. And I think we're seeing it right now, right? Like there's some issues with the passing game in general. It's not just him. It's the whole passing game. They're going to run so freaking much. They're going to run and they may just run him into the ground again, because there are legitimate concerns with Trey Lance, the spiral, the release. I mean, the mechanics, all of it. He could fix all of it or not. So while he's better than Jimmy now, that's not good enough ultimately. And I don't think they're going to lose a bunch of games treating him like a pocket quarterback when he isn't, if he's not, just so they can keep him healthy and keep him long-term. Because I don't think that they necessarily have decided that they want him long-term. I think that's kind of like let's cross that bridge when we get to it. So I think people got upset when Trey Lance ran the ball that much in Arizona. It's like, what are you doing? That's your franchise quarterback. That's for the next 10 years. I don't know about that. Like, get ready for Lance between the tackles. He did it today. There was a move the ball period. Kyle called quarterback power. We're going to see that. And I just want to prepare fans because you might freak out.
You know what? I got to see, like, this past season, I've seen it in college, but I didn't really see that in the pros. Like, I felt like he wasn't as fast as maybe what he was in college on tape or dynamic. So maybe it took a year to be a little bit more comfortable in that. But I'd like to see that aspect of his game actually show up. Like the runs that he did run last year, I felt like they weren't super productive. And we'll see if that changes this year. Maybe he's more comfortable doing so this year. But I probably generally agree with that. I think I would hope it's not to the extreme of Arizona, because I think part of the issue in Arizona, Ray, is like that he was literally just a running back in Arizona. Yeah. Like and he can't be that. He has to play NFL quarterback too.
But also, I mean, like he has to hand off. He wasn't really handing off in that game. It was like he was handing off to himself. I look at a guy like Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts last year ran 9 times a game, 9.3 times a game, 784 yards, 10 touchdowns. Lance could run more than that. He ran 139 times for 784 yards. Lance could rush 150 times this year. And again, it's like you might think you don't do that with a quarterback you gave up that much for, but maybe that's what you have to do.
They've also invested heavily into the running back position. I mean, obviously you have Elijah Mitchell, Sermon last year, now this year, Ty Davis Price. Like they're investing in that position, investing in a different.
You know why? Because they don't want to throw.
Yeah,
they don't want to throw. They want to throw as little as possible. So you got 15 to 20 carries for Mitchell, 8 to 10 carries for Lance, 2 to 5 carries for Debo, and then you got 4 more running backs on the team, and you got Juszczyk and McLeod.
And also, just maybe take the Lance equation out of it. What's that also going to help if you're running the football? It's the offensive line. We just talked about, like, Aaron Banks is a better run blocker than he is a pass protector. It seems like Spencer Burford might be a better run blocker. We know McGlinchey's a better run. So, like, if you're running the football, it's going to help the offensive line.
Yeah. Again, people are so focused on the passing game, but the passing game is just complementary on this team. And the running game, it's all about the running game.
Yeah.
And so the threat of him running creates 11-on-11 football. They're going to go from a team that averaged 4.3 yards per carry to it could go up 4.8, 4.9. that right there. And then the threat of the big play action play over the top is going to also improve the running game. Because by the end of the season, I mean, it was just the Rams went from a team that couldn't stop the Niners run game to obliterated it because they weren't worried about Jimmy Garoppolo throwing down the field. So just the threat of Lance moving and throwing down the field will make the running game go from good to great. I think my only question with this team, and again, I don't pick them to win this to go to the playoffs, is I think Lance is going to play well. I think the offense is going to go from one that was 13th in points scored. I think it's going to go up. But I have a bad feeling. I don't think he's going to play 17 games. I don't think the offensive line is good enough. And as I'm saying here, I think they're going to run him into the ground. I think he's going to miss a couple of games, most likely. And I don't think they can win with Nate Sudfeld. So that's my concern is we play 17 games this year.
You don't think they can win with the quarterback the Eagles played so that they could lose purposely lose? Like the Eagles played Nate Sudfeld so they could lose that game, and Kyle's like, that's the guy I want to be my backup.
Maybe every coach wants a guy like that. Sometimes you just got to go out there and lose. And in those cases, I got just the man for that. Most of the time you want to win.
Yeah.
Sometimes though, losing's better. Nate,
that is true. Like if the Dolphins did lose, like if they lost like 2 more games, they could have had Burrow or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike got the gun says, am I naive because I'm not too concerned with the accuracy of Trey Lance? I feel like if the players are not getting open, he would more than likely scramble instead of forcing these types of throws, in my opinion. Yes, I agree. I do. That's what I would think. And I think that's what we saw in the move the ball period. It was up tempo. I don't think it was Kyle being like, okay, it's going to be cover 3. I want you to throw to George Kittle no matter what, which I think he does sometimes. That's why all the Niners quarterbacks throw picks to linebackers. When he can just kind of like play on instinct, move around. He's better. Mike, put the gun down, Mike. Hold on. Blocked. I don't know. The bots, David Baker, thanks for the $20. Do you believe that Kyle will scheme Trey's run with his safety in mind? No. No, that's what I'm trying to say, man. No, absolutely not. So I don't know. Again, like I'm not sure that they are sold that
no safety in mind for anybody, not Debo.
I don't think they're looking at him as like, man, this guy's going to be our quarterback when he's 30. Maybe. We'll see. He's got a lot of stuff to work on in between.
TBD. That's TBD.
That's TBD. Just because they made that trade doesn't mean they'll give him a lot of money.